Welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil.
Welcome back to fuck recording.
Fuck!
Okay, so here's what happened. For some reason, we've been recording all morning, and every game we've played so far, the mic had no issue, everything was fine, so we jumped into Resident Evil, we didn't even bother to check anything. Did about 4 episodes, took a break, went back to look at the audio. It's not there. It's gone.
Gone.
So you'll see we're in this new spot that you haven't seen before. Here's a quick recap. You guys didn't really miss anything too important. We took that battery that we found a couple episodes ago.
Yep.
We threw it into the old elevator. It put us back to the old spot. So we threw the crank into the pool, filled it up, which lowered or stopped the waterfall. Came down here and found one of our STARS buddies, Enrico, who was then shot by somebody that we did not see in time.
It just said something about the traitor, which is probably Barry.
Right. We think it's Barry.
Most likely Barry.
Now, we have this neat little shaft that we just got, and it looks like a piece is missing. So we're going to go down this tunnel here and see what we can find.
Yeah. So, here we go.
Didn't we lost all the coverage talking about fucking Silent Hills and
Well,
Resident Evil.
still a good conversation.
I don't want to talk about it again yet. Let's talk about how we need to get an editing program.
Yeah,
I think it would be best to have the microphone not have to rely solely on Shadowplay.
probably.
I mean, we're doing this for convenience because you don't know where it's going to go or how long it's going to take or anything like that. And I just remembered I don't have the fucking survival knife yet,
Oh.
which means that this is going to be a cutscene.
Yep. Oh.
Oh, I already did it.
Okay, yeah, there was also a big-ass spider in here.
There should be another one. But he's gone.
I think it ran away when we killed the big one.
So I'm just looking for the second part of the shaft at this point.
It said there was a piece missing when we got it out of the hole.
And we talked about a lot of really good stuff. We talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about...
all kinds of cool stuff you'll never know.
Because you couldn't hear us. And it's been quite energetic. We took these 5-hour energy shots because it's just been a slow morning.
Yeah.
And they're really kicking in. They say you don't get a crash, but I'm not buying it.
I'm probably going to crash after it, but fuck it.
So we have a new crank. This is actually separate from the pool one. And you see that
Seems
boulder
like
down there.
every time we crank something, a boulder attacks us.
It's like we know it's coming, and you have to race against it. It's fun. Haven't died yet. And I'm not even saying that just because we don't have the footage to show you.
We really didn't die.
Really didn't die. I might...
Not in this playthrough. You'll see us die plenty of times in Quantum Conundrum.
Whoop, okay. I forget that once it gets past that point, you don't actually have to keep moving.
Yeah.
And it throws me off every time. Let's go see what was behind the boulder. First aid kit, I believe, yes?
Yep.
Right.
And
So we're
let's
not
see
that
if
far
it's
off.
the same
So,
thing in it.
they're static.
Oh, okay.
Remember because we died in the shark room?
Oh, yeah.
So what's inside is what stays inside. So here's where we're at. We're looking for the second half of this shaft so that we can power up what looks to be like a giant elevator drop. We're also really curious to find out who killed Enrico, which,
Yeah.
by the way, he looked very similar to Barry. It was like Barry's
He looked like a mixture of Barry and Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and his name was Enrico, and it's just totally unacceptable.
He was like Barry's adopted Mexican brother. Same damn outfit and everything, just very clearly ethnic. I don't know if it's wrong to say, but it's pretty much exactly... Even their foreheads were the same size.
He had greasy hair.
So
yeah,
here we
all
are.
in all, you didn't miss much. You missed one entire episode of us stumbling around blindly before we came down into this area.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way. So you figure our episodes are about 10 to 12 minutes apart, right?
Yeah.
We spent 30 minutes of the past 40 that we skipped.
Stumbling around.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a good 10
Oh,
minutes.
no, you gotta spin it.
Oh, shit, damn it. Yeah, this puzzle actually didn't take us that long when we first got in here.
Yeah, it was actually pretty easy.
You run over the middle thing and you realize that it spins you, and then you see the other part with the crank that comes out, and you're just like, oh, okay, so it all makes sense. We were talking about how puzzles are inherently good in video games,
Yeah.
as long as they're not ones that make you think so hard your brain's going to explode. And then we talked about how this is slightly frustrating. You gotta push her off, then push her back on.
To get her to
And she's
spin
gonna
one more
spin
time.
Jill. Oh. I'll spin you right round, babe.
We spin you right round,
Yep.
baby, right round.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, and then we were talking about horror games and different franchise and
Yes, how Resident Evil kind of was the forerunner in survival horror games and really just set the pacing for it, and how it's sad because at one point this game was a titan of a franchise between Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 4. Even 5. It was just very clearly untouchable.
Yeah.
And then it started going into 6 and Revelations, and it became sad to see.
Yeah.
In that something that once had such a good story and plot line and such a deep following and
Became watered down, and
it just became redundant in a way.
Yeah.
Like, the zombies aren't even really zombies anymore. It's just like you took the concept of a virus that created biological weapons and you really made them biological weapons, but it wasn't the BOW aspect that initially attracted players to this. It was zombies. Just straight up, slow walking, you don't really know how they're going to attack you. Zombies.
Yep.
I mean, you created the genre. You can't go away from that. And the way that they flooded it with, like, oh, you shoot his head and giant tentacles come out, and then they're going to swing at you because that's what the weapon does, and it's been upgraded, and this main character that's bad has been alive every time you kill him at the end of a game. He's never really dead, and there's no suspense factor, and ugh.
Yeah. But yeah, Resident Evil and Silent Hill were pretty much the very best of horror games when they introduced the genre.
Yeah.
They made it really relevant, and they made it a thing. And Silent Hill, it was really good for a while, and then it kind of fell off too. And then for a while now, they've just been keeping it going by remastering and slightly tweaking old games, which is now what Resident Evil is doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But now the PT demo came out for Silent Hill, and it's going to be so good.
It really is going to be so good. I think it's... Where am I going? Yeah, I'm going the right way.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting how when both of these games came out, Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and they came out relatively at the same time, Resident Evil was absolutely the forerunner. It was absolutely the go-to game. People would play Silent Hills because it was reminiscent of the atmosphere of Resident Evil, not vice versa. Now, you've got all this hype for PT, and you've got none of this hype for Resident Evil. I mean, we're more excited about seeing Resident Evil 2 be released as a remaster than I am about a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
I'd rather relive the game in its prime than deal with it as it is now. It's like
now the only thing is nostalgia.
you know, it's like seeing an old friend or like an old relative after a long time. Someone you used to look up to as a role model.
Yeah.
Now they're old with their cane and they're like, you know, I was important once.
Yeah.
There was a time when everybody loved me. I was the talk of the town. And you're like, what are you now? You're just a shell.
Yeah, but now for Silent Hill, you got Benicio del Toro and I'm terrible.
Benicio?
Not I'm terrible with names. You got Del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Whatever. That's why you say the names.
Oh,
You got those people.
It fucking moved again, damn it.
I was thinking about the director for some reason.
Yeah, and Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima.
Working on Silent Hills.
It's
and
gonna be so good.
It really is. It's going to be a phenomenal game. Absolutely going to play it. Absolutely going to experience
Norman
it.
Reedus is the protagonist.
Right.
Always great.
Okay, so it's 4-2-3-1, and that's important.
4-2-3-1.
I don't think I need to keep it looking like that. I think I just needed to see how the numbers matched up,
Which you could tell by just the top halves.
Right. So here's what we're going to do, just based on time, and I want to make sure, because we just lost 40 minutes of footage, that this actually continues to record.
Yeah.
So we know it's 4-2-3-1, so I'm going to get 4-2-3, and then we're going to press 1 next time, just so I can go back and double check the audio. We want to make sure nothing's fucked up here.
Next
So
time.
see you guys in a minute.